Oakley, Ward, Buck Williams, Allen Houston, and John Starks. Only 2 starters out there for New York. Malik Rose now into the Charlotte lineup for Anthony Mason. Starks shoots over Geiger for 3. And this second unit on the floor doing the job for New York. A 7-0 run for the Knicks. They're up by 7.
That offensive rebound got Starks going.
Here's Glenn Rice. Geiger cuts through. Tony Delk inside. Oakley with the rebound. The outlet to Ward. Ward looking ahead. Houston from the corner doesn't go. And the quarter comes to an end. New York puts on a 7-0 push to end the first quarter. And it's the Knicks over the Hornets through 1. Tony Delk. Matt Geiger into front court now, guarded by Charles Oakley. Curry takes it to the baseline. Geiger cuts to the rack, mishandled. Here comes Rose. Who's got it? Charles Oakley comes out of it with a 5th Hornet turnover. Starts to the rack.
Defense setting that whole thing up. Buck Williams with the quick hands.
This second unit for New York has turned the defense up. And the Hornets have not responded. A 9-0 New York run now. Curry looking for his first basket. Dell throws one up again. It doesn't go. We've got a loose ball foul underneath, and it's against Charlotte, I believe, the game.
Actually, in the series, the Knicks have outscored the Hornets.
That's right. 99-98. Starks elevates for 3. 139 playoff triples for John Starks.
That number puts him second to Danny Ainge, and he is very dangerous when he can get his feet set without a hand in his face.
Under 9 minutes to play. New York now by 8. That's their biggest lead. Here's Geiger taking on Ewing. Faces the double. Bogues for 3. His second of the night. Muggsy Bogues has drained 62 threes this season. He had 22 coming into the year, so he really stepped it up.
Nobody's really making an effort to get back to Bogues either.
Muggsy Bogues on the steal from Ward. Tries to finish and can't. Ward gets the rebound. Pass knocked out of bounds by Del Curry. Ewing facing up with Matt Geiger. Leans into a jump shot and hits it. Ewing with 8. New York now up by 7 again, 37.
Well, that's as good as you're going to play Patrick Ewing, but he trumps you with a better jump shot.
Muggsy still looks pretty strong on that hamstring. Rice takes the ball out deep with Johnson in tow. Whistle, offensive foul, called on Anthony Mason. Trying
in the air and make the spectacular play.
It starts from the corner. That's spectacular for 2. 39-30. John Starks off the bench to become the game's leading scorer at 12. Anthony Mason has only 2 points in this game. Buck Williams facing up with him defensively. And Buck Williams finally with the foul. You can hang on only so long, and now Buck and Mason go at it. That's not an even trade.
A similar situation down in Miami earlier this year with Buck Williams and Alonzo Mourning. Not an even trade there.
And Williams picking up his first. Second team foul on New York. 7:09 left to go in this first half. New York has led most of the way. The Hornets led by 2 once. Geiger gets loose inside and draws the foul on Buck Williams. Hornets trying to shake off their hurts and get competitive here. This is Williams in the lane. Buck Williams scores. First bench player other than Stark to contribute, and it's again a 9-point New York lead, matching their biggest of the night.
And that's the one move you must take away from Buck Williams, that jump right hook in the lane.
He is forcing Anthony Mason to give up the ball early, so Buck Williams doing a good defensive job on Anthony Mason. Patrick Ewing comes out to double team him. Glenn Rice. Mason with his 6th rebound, and the foul on will be his 2nd.
Anthony Mason created that foul. The good
Charlotte trails, however, by 7, 41-34. Childs and Bogues going at it. Childs hit 3 straight baskets before being pulled out of the game late in the first quarter. Starks across to Childs. Deep pass that brings Rice out on it. 8 on the shot clock. Here comes Ewing. Mishandled it inside. 3rd turnover for New York.
He was in a hurry. He had Ricky Pierce on his back.
3-pointer by Ricky Pierce. Tapped out by Ewing. New York with numbers. Larry Johnson finishes. He's got 10. And the Hornets trail by 9 again. Second leading scorer for the Hornets. Rice aims a 3 that's off the front of the iron. Again, New York ran at him. And here comes Johnson on the fast break for another basket.
Both players leaking out after the jump shot. The Knicks are in transition.
Largest lead of the game. Larry Johnson trying to do in his former teammates as we take a break at Madison Square Garden.
Of a late run here in the second quarter. Anthony Mason goes to work inside and tries to get the Hornets back on track. Big series for Anthony Mason going up against Larry Johnson, guys.
I think what you got to be impressed with here tonight is that New York has been able to come out and really establish their half-court offense and really get a flow going. I think Charlotte right now is scoring a lot of baskets on transition and has yet to really get into the flow of the game from a half-court standpoint.
Shot clock winding down as you see Chris Childs kick it back out. Down to zeros. Not the only thing that hasn't gone right for the Knicks here in the first half against the Hornets as Muggsy, bad hamstring and all, hustles it up. Anthony Mason inside. Vlade Divac for a couple. And the Hornets down by 11 just moments ago. Trying to cut that gap now to 6. It's 47-41 late in the second quarter.
Before the game is over. Here is Ewing, leaves it for Larry Johnson, and the former Hornet hits. The Knicks led 30-23 after 1 quarter of play. Leaving open Oakley for the open shot, and he hits. Charles Oakley. Larry Johnson gets it to Allen Houston. Clock is running down. Houston with a great move to the hoop. He's done that a couple of times tonight.
Well, Del Carey is playing him with a calf problem. He missed 11 games down the stretch. So anytime that you get that, you should take him and take him strong to the rim.
9-point lead under a minute to go. And Divac loses the ball. Good interior defense by the Knicks. And the Knicks now trying to increase their lead. Here is Larry Johnson, and the basket counts and a foul. And Larry Johnson very excited with what he's done against his former team in this first half.
Right now, if I'm Dave Collins, I'm upset at my guards who are not rotating back any time that there is a questionable play at my offensive end of the floor. And this is what has happened. The Knicks, who very rarely get anything in transition against the good teams, playoff caliber teams, are having a field day in this first half.
And that basket matches the Knicks' biggest lead of 11 points. Larry Johnson has 16 points and 1 rebound. And the foul was on Geiger, his third. So Matt Geiger with 3 fouls in the first half. Johnson with a 3-point play, unofficially with 17 points now.
And Buck Williams, and we saw that it has been working perfectly.
Mason only 4 points, well below his season's average, and a basket with 2.8 seconds to go. And here is Curry with a desperation shot off the rim, no good. Well, the Knicks crowd delighted as the New York Knicks.
Marked by Starks, 5 baskets off the bench, and then Chris Childs, 7 assists, no turnovers. What a great half.
Offensively, we played well. Defensively and on the boards, it was substandard. And we're playing with a little bit of fool's gold right now. If we think we're going to continue to shoot 63% and win, we're going to have to defend them better and rebound much better to win.
All right, thanks a lot. But good first half.
Yeah, not bad.
Very interesting point as you look at Larry Johnson, who had 7 of 10 shooting. Fool's gold. Good point by Jeff Van Gundy. They've got to defend better.
Yeah, but the big thing, though, Dick, is they're getting what they want.
But that's what a coach is like. Here's Glenn Rice, who puts up the jumper and hits. So Rice now 4 of 7 from the field.
Good. Continue to pound down inside. If they lay off like they did right there, you're getting the 15 to 17-foot nice, easy jumper.
Chris Childs giving the Knicks a 61-48 lead. So Bogues, who had the heat put on that hamstring problem, and Glenn Rice hitting a three. So Rice starts out hot, hitting his first 2 shots, 5 points already here in the third quarter. In a minute going by. Penetrate.
They got to get this guy going, Mason. He's got to get going with some points and also some assists.
And there is a 3-point shot by Glenn Rice. So Dave Cowan said to Glenn Rice, you got the green light, go. He's got 14 points and 8 of them here in the third quarter, and it's a 61-54. Nick leads. And here is Childs missing the layup.
Oh, bad miss.
Here's Mason coming down with it and throws the ball right into the hands of Charles Oakley.
Well, he thought he had Delk wide open on the other side. Good rotation by the Knicks.
Nearly 3 minutes gone by. The double team on Johnson, leaving Oakley open, and Oakley hits from the perimeter.
That's his favorite shot. At the top of the circle, if you notice, he'll always try to increase by taking the one dribble and step inside the top of the circle.
Johnson, Larry Johnson playing Glenn Rice head up, and now Houston looking to double. They get it into Divac against Ewing, and Divac gets the basket, and Ewing very close to picking up his 4th foul.
At halftime, Divac comes in 5 for 7 from the floor. You know he gives Patrick Ewing problems. You know Ewing has foul trouble right now. You've got to go to him down inside. Let him challenge Patrick.
Larry Johnson working against Mason going baseline. And the turnaround off the rim, Divac gets the rebound. Larry Johnson, 17 points, has yet to score in the third quarter, with 3.5 minutes gone by. Not a good pass for Divac. Plenty of time on the clock for Charlotte. Now they're double Rice, leaving Divac open, and Ewing blocks it out of bounds. 6 seconds on the clock. It'll be Hornets ball.
You know that the Knicks are always going to train.
And 5 now, and Childs working his way in off the glass. Nifty play by Chris Childs.
Smart move. Anytime you go baseline, you want to be a scorer. That time the Charlotte defense late in the rotation.
And Childs fouls in and nearly knocked it away. Allen Houston. And a loose ball into the hands of Buck Williams. Houston, no-look pass to Charles Oakley, and the Knicks getting several opportunities, lead again by 5.
In the first half, the Knicks had 16 assists. For the season, they only averaged 22 a game.
Right. It was hot early, hitting his first 3 of the third quarter. It's gotten a little colder now. Here is Childs driving to the basket. And Mason the rebound. The Knicks by 5 with 5.5 minutes remaining in the third quarter.
That's a clear out.
And a foul before the shot as Johnson pushed Mason, and Larry Johnson picks up number 3.
Now this is just a nice move by Allen Houston. You really like it tonight because he's taking the ball into the paint. Good things will happen. Be unselfish, make the pass.
Here's Mason posting up against Oakley. Double team leaving Ricky Pierce open, and Pierce misses the 3-point attempt, and Tony Delk comes out with it. Delk always has a nose for the ball, especially on the offensive half of the court.
Well, he does an excellent job getting second shot chances.
Mason with a fall away. So Anthony Mason starting to do some damage. Is in double figures to go along with 11 rebounds. Already a double-double for the former Knicks. 3-point lead again down. The Knicks were up by 13 at 1 point.
The Knicks have got to understand. You got ahead because of your power game. You cannot say to yourself now that you're going to stay perimeter.
Here's Houston driving against Ricky Pierce. Moved by Allen Houston, who has 12 points, and a 5-point lead again by New York.
The power game doesn't necessarily have to be post-up basketball. It's get the ball into the painted area, and that forces the defense to break down, double team. Good things will happen.
John Starks getting set to come back in the game for the Knicks, who need him badly. And there is Pierce to Delk. Delk for 3, and he's got it. Tony Delk, a slew of 40% three-point shooters for the Hornets.
During the year, he was 36 for 82, a 44% shooter. You know, when he came out of Kentucky, that was his main forte. He could knock him down.
Childs penetrating, leaves it open for Johnson outside. Oh, hey! Hits from downtown. on his second three of the game. 5 seconds remaining in the third quarter. John Starks hits a
Del Rice falls down. Rice falls down as he's coming off, and then we have Divac hit the backboard.
And Starks hits a three from the corner. John Starks, the NBA's 6th man of the year, now with 17 threes from downtown.
Yeah, see, Curry is too far away from Starks. Now, we could show you the same exact telestrator as we just did a few seconds ago.
Starks the rebound. The Knicks leading by 1, 78-77. Thanks to Starks' three-pointer. Curry guarding him. Starks puts it up. And here is Anthony Mason. Remember, the Hornets playing without Muggsy Bogues, who is finished for the game, re-aggravating his torn hamstring. Here is Delk for 3. And the rebound, Larry Johnson.
Starks has the field, if you can see it. He wants to shoot it every time.
Here is Ewing. Can't shoot over Divac.
Go right back inside. There you go.
Plenty of time, 10 on the shot clock. Patrick Ewing works his way baseline, and a fine play by Ewing. Only his 10th point of the game. Get his first this half.
Dick, good point. He only has 10, but in that situation, Divac is loading up on fouls. Go back in and attack him.
Knicks by 3 after the Hornets came back to tie the game at 75, and the hook shot missed by Mason and tipped in by Divac. Oh, look at the Starks going against Curry. Nice. John Starks with tremendous energy beating the Hornets back down the court.
Dick, he's been trying that all night, and it finally opened up.
And Curry can't keep up with John Starks.
Plenty of time.
And there is a isolation.
See, they're not double teaming until he goes for the shot. Then Ewing comes into your picture.
3 on the shot clock, and Delk gets it off. And off the rim, out of bounds. He got the shot off just. Matt Geiger has come in, and Tony Smith, seeing his first action of the game. He played considerably earlier in the year as a 2-guard. Here is Starks beating Allen Houston for the first point.
Starks has had an all-around game tonight, not just the scoring. He's come in with some beautiful looks and delivering the pass.
84-79, the Knicks in front. Here is Tony Smith. Forced to go to Smith with Bogues out of there for the remainder of the game. Delk has done a good job, but now Delk's getting a breather.
He's got to make it happen here.
And there's Del Curry missing a 3 at the buzzer. Curry is 1 for 8 from the field, really struggling.
Yeah, but you know, the last 2 shots, Dick, have been tough. The clock has been down.
Houston for 3. Allen Houston now with 17 points. And is 3rd behind Starks' 19 and Larry Johnson's 20.
This is a major possession right now. You've got to grab hold of this game.
Knicks have opened up an 8-point lead again. And Smith trying to pass it off is fouled. Tiger all over him. Starks with a fake. Ewing with a jumper. Loose ball, and Delk lost it, and Ward was in the right place at the right time. Very fortunate for Charlie Ward. And the Knicks lead by 10 after the Hornets had come back from 13 down to tie it up in the 3rd. Divac,
what are you doing?
Throws the ball over the head of Geiger out of bounds. So the Knicks on a 14-2 run after the Hornets not only tied the game, but took a 77-75 lead. We'll be right back. Craig Sager.
Well, Muggsy, we mentioned the hamstring injury. What happened?
I just continued to get stiff on me. Early part of the game, it was real loose. I felt good. The adrenaline was flowing. But the later part of the second quarter, it really got stiff and it stopped bothering me. And I felt like it was ready to pop, so I had to come on out.
You've been telling Tony Delk what to do. What are the instructions?
Well, just trying to keep his head in game and stay aggressive. You know, he's a good shooter. He's been in big games before. Just trying to let him know what the game plan was when we come in this game so he can go out there and continue to execute it.
You be ready Saturday?
Well, I hope so.
We do too. Back to Dick.
And the Hornets hope so too, because he is an integral part of their play against the Knicks and their style. Knicks lead by 10, and following the turnover and the timeout, have it back. Here is Ewing working against Divac. Ward is open for 3. Charlie Ward, and the Knicks have matched their biggest lead
of the game, 92-79. They've done it in a hurry.
Did we say Charlotte #1 in three-point shooting? The Knicks down the line. The Knicks are looking terrific tonight from three-point line.
Knicks on a 17-2 run before Glenn Rice, who was scoreless for 14 minutes
on the defensive board.
Larry Johnson double teamed with the Mason and Rice. Allen Houston hits the three, and what a reversal of style we're seeing tonight, where the Hornets are doing the better job off the glass, and the Knicks are hitting the three.
The big thing here is they're catching the Hornets double teaming. When they're passing out of the double team, the Hornets are late on the rotation to the main three-point shooters.
Mason leaves it out to Delk.
That double team guy to get back to the shooter as good as Houston.
Divac out at the top. Nearly 5 minutes remaining, and another turnover. And now they're claiming a Knicks foul, and it is going to be against Allen Houston.
You always tell players who are feeding the post, do not pass the ball into the post guy until he calls for it. That time, they were fronting Rice, who was trying to shed the guy and pin him, and the pass was already going into the lane.
That is the third team foul on the Knicks as we're under 5 minutes to go. There you see the Knicks 4 of 6 from downtown. Here in the third quarter, Charlotte 0 for 2. And they shattered the NBA record for three-point field goal percentage this year. Glenn Rice inside the arc hits. And the lead is 12, 95-83.
Nothing easy, Dick, at the offensive end for Charlotte in the last 4 minutes.
And Curry, half remaining in the fourth quarter, 12-point Knick lead, trying to take a 1-0 lead in the best of 5 here on their home court.
Nice.
Allen Houston for 3, and he's got it. And the Knicks are finding the open man. Great ball movement. Houston with 4 from downtown has 23 points in the game. Big night for Allen Houston.
Dick, for basketball, the second pass out of the double team.
Rice misses from the perimeter. Divac keeps it alive. Here's Tony Delk, and he hits a 3. Delk has scored 10 points off the bench, including 2 from downtown, and the lead is 12. The time starting to wear down a little bit on the Hornets. Under 4 minutes to go, and Mason runs hard into Stark for the foul. That is the 14th foul against Town, leading by 12. Here's Ewing, turnaround over Divac, and a big basket. They're up by 14. The Knicks 100, the Hornets 86. Knicks have 1 foul to give, and each team with 3 timeouts, and there's 20 left. 3.5 to go. Divac working in and foul, but did not get the basket, which is what he turns it over. It's a 12-point lead for the Knicks with 3:21 to go. And
well, I'm glad that Stark did something wrong.
because he had straight A's from us.
He has had a terrific game.
Here's the loop in to Glenn Rice. And Rice, and a foul is called. Glenn Rice was fouled. Knicks claiming he had lost the ball, and Larry Johnson, who has 20 points tonight, has picked up his 5th foul.
This is one of the furthest lob passes I've ever seen in a half-court set. I mean, Divac was between the three-point line and half-court, right in the middle area.
Well, we're getting ready to take a 1-0 lead. Game 2 will be Saturday. Game 3, we'll have that for you from Charlotte Monday. Here is Houston coming off a Johnson screen, and Allen Houston, who had his up-and-down games disappeared at times, has played the major role tonight for the New York Knicks. He has scored 13 of his 25 here in this quarter. And a wild 3 missed by Ricky Pierce. The 3-point shot just not there tonight for Charlotte.
No, and they
going away to take a 1-0 lead in their best of 5 series as the Knicks defeat the Hornets by a score of 109-99. Allen Houston leading the way with 25 points for the New York Knicks, who turned on the Jets defensively when they needed to do it. And right now, let's go to Craig Sager with Allen Houston.
Well, first of all, how's it feel to win a playoff game after last year's sweep when you were in Detroit?
It feels great. I was more excited this year, than last year because, I felt this year we had a chance to really win some games in the playoffs, and it was very exciting for the first time.
At times this year, we're criticized for not being consistent. Even the papers going into the playoffs had a graphic from month by month. 25 games against Chicago in that key game, 25 tonight. What has come together for you?
I think, I've been watching John Starks a little bit. No, I just, just being a little more aggressive. Sometimes you, through some ups and downs, you can, think too much. So it was an adjustment for me, and now, just come out, and I'm really just kind of playing my game now.
Feel comfortable not only with the three, but tonight you also penetrated. Hubie kept saying they have to drive to the hole.
Well, that's been one of the things that I've tried to do to expand and try to get to the basket, because people know, I can shoot the ball, but, I was kind of limiting myself by not going to the basket because I feel like I have that ability also.
Well, congratulations. Obviously, John Starks gave you a big spark, too.
Thanks a lot.
Okay, let's go over now to Dick Hubie and Mr. Sixth Man.
What an amazing coincidence, Greg. Just as both of you guys are talking about John Starks, he's here. Congratulations, by the way, on the award.
Well, thank you.
And as we said, you had to want to adjust to it. It wasn't a given, and you did adjust to it. And I guess you feel very good about your role and what the team's done there.
Oh, no question. Like I said, coming into the season, I felt that this was going to be a great role for me this year. We needed some added bench strength, some explosive scoring coming off the bench, which I'm going to provide, as well as defense.
John, you're on fire tonight. You came in, it looked like you were a little bit more electric. The time off helped the legs?
Oh, no question. I strained it, and in the Chicago game, Mike made a move on me, and it kind of buckled. So I had to, take some time off to let it heal.
You get down by 1. They were you're up 13. You're down by 1. You call timeout. What goes on in the huddle?
I think, we just had to settle down. We didn't come out with the fraud that we started the game off in the third period. So when you don't do that against an explosive scoring team, they're going to get back in the game. So we had to pick up our defense in the fourth quarter.
And it was kind of an unusual game with you guys hitting the threes. I mean, that's the Charlotte Hornet game, hitting the threes, but you guys were on the mark tonight.
Oh, no question. We knew that, they're going to have some trouble with our big people on the inside, and all we had to do was spot up. And I thought Larry as well as Patrick did a great job of moving the basketball when it was double.
And there's one of your lob passes inside. You really had it going tonight, and here it is, 58% shooting from the field, and it was your play against Curry in particular. You seemed to beat him off the dribble, and you had the quickness on him.
Well, Dale is a very explosive scorer. As you know, he's probably one of the purest shooters in the league, so I had to get up into him and not let him be a factor in the game. I think the wins that they have over us during the regular season, he was the biggest key. So I knew coming into the game I had to stay on top of him.
John, right in front of us, you go for a loose ball, you hurt the finger. What do you think?
It felt like it slipped out of place, but luckily it stayed in. I'm just going to ice it and put another one of these threes on there.
When you go in the locker room, what's the plan for Saturday? Does anything change?
Well, we're probably going to make some adjustments, but not too much. I think we just have to get up into them and stay with their shooters. As you know, they rely on the three-point shot to keep them in a lot of games. So if we can stay up on their shooters and continue to push the ball up and down the court and continue to rebound, we should beat this team.
This team has been up and down all year. It has not been the most consistent. What did the victory over the Bulls at the end of the year at the United Center mean going in?
You know what? That's probably was one of the biggest games of the season because there was a lot of pressure on us to come out and play well, especially coming off a back-to-back game with Indiana. And, normally when we come in off back-to-back, you're kind of tired, but playing against a very talented Chicago Bulls team, we had a lot of pressure to win that game in order to seal down that third spot, and we came out and played big.
And you played big tonight again. Congratulations and good luck in game 2.
Thanks a lot, Dick.
All right, John.
Moves, they collapsed on him. He was able to recover. Johnson with a second field goal, and the game is tied at 12.
Well, it wasn't pretty. He was rumbling, fumbling, and stumbling, but found himself all alone underneath the basket.
Rice able to slice his way through, but then was stopped. He felt he was fouled. Glenn Rice looking at the official, Jim Clark. Glenn Rice during the regular season killed the Knicks. Patrick Ewing off to the hot start. He's hit his first 4, and the Knicks lead by 2. Glenn Rice during regular season play had a 40-point game. He averaged better than 28 per game against the Knicks as the Hornets took 3 out of 4 on the season series. Divac with the chip to top. Knicks not forcing shots. Childs able to knock it down. Ewing, yes. Make it 5 for 5 for Patrick Ewing. He has 10 points. The Knicks 18, the Hornets 17.
And another good job by Chris Childs, coming hard off the pick and roll to draw the defense and find the opening for the open jumper by Ewing.
Ewing able to break the pass up. Oh, what a move by Mason, and draws the foul. He went to the crossover. Committed by John Starks, and Mason, a vastly improved free throw shooter, will go to the line.
Well, Anthony Mason on a nice crossover move saw John Starks in his way, and like a lot of big, strong bodies, they're going to run those guards over at every time, and he was.
Glenn Rice putting moves on Allen Houston.
And not a good shot that time by Glenn Rice as he forced.
Starks going all the way. Really hurt the Knicks. Mason gets inside, and Curry bothered by a strained right calf. The Hornets hit with a number of injuries in the final weeks of the season. Bogues and Curry, Matt Geiger strained back. Tony Smith has had the pulled hamstring. Anthony Mason with both feet ailing. He's played through it. Missed 7 games at one point. Oakley. So Charles Oakley with his a hot shooting first quarter for the Knicks. Houston forced it. Oakley with the rebound, able to tie the game, and then play for his hometown club, the New York Knicks. Allen Houston with the Knicks' first three-pointer of the game. Knicks 27, Hornets 24. Here's Geiger trying to put the move on Buck Williams, and lost it.
Charles Oakley coming over to give help and get the steal. Charles Oakley had just 3 rebounds in game 1. And John Starks, a beautiful move down the lane. But you can tell that Oakley came out with a different mindset rebounding. Already has 9 rebounds in this game.
It's like the Hornets were thinking about a timeout. Now they take the timeout. Uncertainty on the part of the players looking over at Coach Dave Cowens. The Knicks with a first lead, 29-24. Minute 20 gone by in the second quarter. Series plus in-game scoring updates throughout the playoffs. Tony Delk. That stops the run, and the Knicks lead by 3.
In that situation.
Here's Delk for 3. Yes. A rookie from Kentucky, first-round draft pick Tony Delk, who led the Wildcats in scoring. His last 3 years at Kentucky, averaged 18 as a senior, has, as I mentioned earlier, been playing extremely well in the latter stages of the season. The game tied at 29. Here's Buck Williams. Regular season. The extension by Glenn Rice could not put it down, but again, looking by Buck. And here's Ewing. 6 of 8 from the field. He has 12 points.
Well, in game 1, the Knicks were very sharp, coming out of timeout, starting quarters with their offensive possession, and they showed it right there. After the 22nd, perfect execution. Couldn't get it to a better spot for Patrick Ewing as Glenn Rice works the left block on the post-up.
And Rice has 12 points. Glenn Rice, who averaged close to 30 a game the last 55 games of the season. Shot clock at 7. Ewing. Well, an unusual turnaround by Patrick Ewing. Knicks by 2.
Did you mean turnaround shot or turnaround that he is really going after it scoring wise? He is working so hard for position, and you know that's what Patrick, as a wise veteran and a scoring mentality guy, he just can't expect people to throw him the ball and he's going to shoot it. You've got to work as a big man to get good position, and he has done that.
Not shy about celebrating in a rather unique manner. What about Larry Johnson prancing around showing this emotion? We asked Charlotte coach Dave Cowens for his reaction. Brown wanted to travel. The block by Ewing. Kept alive by Mason. And an offensive foul. Mason called for the charge.
And the offensive foul on Mason, and no complaint.
Knicks have a 2-point lead. Starks for 3. The Knicks 39, the Hornets 34. Game 2 of the best of 5 Eastern Conference first round series. Game 3 in Charlotte Monday night. And the chant of defense from the crowd. Dealt off the head fake. Oh, beautifully done. He protected it against Ewing. Nick lead. Johnson gives it up to Ewing. Buck Williams rebounds. Starks. Bad pass, but recovered by Childs. And they have much time on the 24. 15 seconds remaining. Ewing with the spin. And he thought he was fouled. Patrick Ewing with 16. The Knicks 41. The Hornets 36.
That's a beautiful move. In the early part of the season, officials were calling that a walk. That's a patented Robert Parrish spin baseline move. Well done by Patrick Ewing.
Curry lost it. 4-on-1. Johnson from Childs. The Knicks lead is 7. And the Hornets want to talk it over. Oh, Larry Johnson went over to the bench, screaming in the direction of Dave Cowens, which can be dangerous.
Dave has an entire Charlotte Hornets make. The Knicks have been able to capitalize, and now Larry Johnson going over after that fast break layup and having something to bark right in the face of head coach Dave Cowens.
Matt, I get the idea that Larry Johnson does read the local papers, because Cowens' statement regarding his appraisal of Johnson's celebration using the word goofy was all over the New York papers.
And of course, as you said, Dave Cowens is going to speak from his heart and just say what is ever on his mind. But the last thing you want to do in a playoff series is get anybody fired up after Larry Johnson had a terrific first game. Slow start here, but he might have gotten going again.
Here's Rice trying to raise up and hit the 3. One other note, Dave Cowens, from a physical point of view, is Childs hit from downtown. Dave is not one you want to start up with. The Knicks by 10. We come up on 3 minutes remaining in the first half. Buck Williams with the steal. 11-2 run by the Knicks. Allen Houston is back. Houston and Childs in the backcourt. Ewing, Williams, Johnson up front. Ewing putting the moves on Geiger. Houston open for 3.
But the Knicks do not mind those kind of perimeter shots, and especially from Allen Houston, a good three-point shooter. When the ball goes inside first and then comes out and get that wide open, take them all day.
And Mason is fouled.
Chris Childs, everybody, the whole defense collapsed. Just let it all go behind him, who has played a terrific floor game. Now getting into the scoring column as well.
4. Approaching 1 minute left in this first half. Ewing forced and hit. Off the spin. He was being defended by Mason. And Patrick Ewing's have a hot hand. 9 of 12. He has 18 points. 48-42 Knicks. Now Mason working on Williams. Geiger got trapped. Shot clock at 5. Rice. And again, he'll head to the line. And a foul. Oh, and John Starks upset with the call. Kicked the official scores table right in front of Joe Crawford and is hit with a technical foul.
And very understandable why John Starks is upset with himself, trying to get over and take the charge. He didn't even get anywhere close. He's not mad at a bad call or anything like that, because it wasn't a bad call, but putting an excellent free throw shooter like Glenn Rice on the line in the closing seconds of this first half. Now, Glenn Rice only shot 2 free throws in game 1. Already about to shoot him too, and this crowd trying to get the Knicks going. Allen Houston begging for a double team to come so he could pass the ball. Oakley with the room. Charles Oakley with his 3rd bucket. He has 6. Hornets 53, Knicks 52. Delp got bottled up. Rice off the dribble, beats Johnson, goes to the finger roll, and Ewing seeking position on Divac. Ewing. 20 points for Patrick Ewing, and we're seeing a different Patrick Ewing as opposed to game 1 here on Thursday, where he did not have the legs due to the knee problems. Ricky Pierce. Stopped by Allen Houston and went to the fadeaway ball game. Hornets lead by 3. Crowd wants Ewing to shoot. Childs. Chris Childs with 8 points, and he's tied the game at 57. Well, Charlotte had a lot of success in the closing minutes of the second quarter, coming and doubling off Chris Childs, letting him be the shooter to get the ball out of Patrick Ewing's hands. That time he burned him.
Pierce had the dribble knocked away and knocked out of bounds. Knicks were hoping for at least a jump ball. They were ready to settle that it might have been touched by both a Knick and a Hornet, but the official said no. Last touch by the Knicks. Shot clock at 7. Delp has a terrific extension. He's only about 6'2", but he's able to manufacture shots. He caught out series. Knicks won by 10. Game 1 on Thursday night. Hornets trying to tie the series. Johnson again not able to hit the 3. And the Knicks hoping to go 2 up with game 3 Monday. Oh, what a pass from Oakley behind the back for Ewing. And the game is tied at 59. Game 3 in Charlotte at the Hive on Monday. Offensive foul is called. It's on Delp.
Well, second shot opportunity for the Knicks, and Charles Oakley deep in that corner puts a little extra something on the behind-the-back bounce pass as nobody could find Patrick Ewing. The Charlotte Hornets have been trying to send a lot of backcourt picks to free up Tony Delp to give him some operating room. That last time, Anthony Mason got caught with too big a pick.
Allen Houston with a beautiful ball that is swatted to the crowd. And this Garden, a crowd would like a goaltending call, but it's a clean block.
Glenn Rice not just working at the offensive end. Glenn, not known as a very tough defender, has improved that part of his game, and that was a terrific shot block.
Here's Childs. Chris Childs with a very strong game. 10 points, 8 assists. And Delp being pressured and fouled by Childs. That's his third.
Again, the Knicks.
Houston comes off the screen and fires. Yes. A 3 for Allen Houston. And he's tied the game at 64. Rice for 3. Yes. Glenn Rice. 31 points for Rice. That is a playoff career high for Glenn Rice, who has not seen much playoff action in the past. Larry Johnson is fouled.
Part of that.
Nice lead. Rice finding Divac. And a foul. Geiger. Ward with a pretty pass. Mark Williams converting on his first field goal. Hornets 69. The Knicks 68. Again, pressure on the ball. And Delp has trouble handling. Oh, quick hands by Larry Johnson to knock it away from Glenn Rice. The Hornets had 9 on the shot clock. Charlotte has hit its last 6 shots. Glenn Rice has hit his last 5. He's the high point man with 31. Delk ran right into a double team. Delk adjusting in midair for that shot. Delk again. And a loose ball. Again, Devon's cheating over to Helm. Here he comes. Larry Johnson. The post-up move by Johnson to give the Knicks a 1-point lead. Will it count? Yes, it does. Tony Delk.
Rice came into the league. He was primarily a shooter, and he has become a big-time scorer.
Charlie Ward off a good setup. Hornets now lead 75-72. We come up on 2 minutes remaining in the third quarter. Charlie Ward applying pressure on Tony Delk, who's been a factor here. Lonnie Divac called for step.
Can roll away from the basket. They want to make him work on those balky knees and test the rotation defense of the Knicks, and they've got a lot of good opportunities.
John Starks hammers down the 3, and he's tied the game at 75. 10 points for Starks. Delk. Divac. Patrick Ewing coming over to help out on Delk on a double. Divac.
The Knicks have been slow on a lot of their pick and roll rotations. Charlotte has taken advantage of it.
Ewing. And the Knicks have hit their last 6 shots. Patrick Ewing, the high man for New York with 24. Game tied at 77. Rice steps back to shoot and hits. Yes, he is in the zone.
And that was not bad defense at all by Allen Houston. Just a terrific step-back move by Glenn Rice.
Hornets 79, Knicks 77. Rice has 33. Starks hit on a reach-in. They clear it out for Mason. And he goes to the fadeaway. He also felt he was fouled. Did not get the call. Hornets 81, Knicks 77.
Even with all that dribbling by Anthony Mason, the Knicks do not want to double-team Mason in the post. They want to see if they can't play him one-on-one and take away the perimeter scoring ability of Pierce, Rice, and Delk.
Nice move by Houston to take it to the bucket. 9 seconds left, third quarter. Charlotte with the ball and a 2-point lead. Divac, the 3. And Starks not able to get the good look. He was cut off by Pierce. So the Knicks conclude the third quarter, hitting their last 7. Hornets with an 81-79 lead on the New York Knicks with the fourth quarter coming up. The Hornets led by Glenn Rice. 33 points, a career playoff high. It's only his 10th playoff game. 8 with Miami, his second as a member of the Charlotte Hornets. Rice has hit his last 6 shots. He's hit all 11 free throws. Tony Delk come up big here in his first playoff start. He has 15 points. Delk and Pierce in the backcourt. Divac. And Starks able to rescue. Hornets get back. Starks with the hesitation move and takes all the way.
Well, obviously the discussion at the break was let's get the ball to the basket. The first possession inside to Patrick Ewing. There, John Starks forced the action, taking it to the hole. Both teams have the idea they do not want to get into the penalty early here in the fourth quarter.
Yes, and it counts. Starks trying to tie the series at 1. Knicks looking to go up 2-0. Patrick Ewing ties the game at 83. And Ewing with 26 points. Again, the pressure by Ward on Delk. Rice with the fake and then took it to the basket. Rebounded by Ward. Well, Glenn Rice finally missed the shot. Oh, what a pass! Ward for Houston. Houston rejected by Divac. Mason finally picked up by Buck Williams. Faces the double momentarily. Here's Pierce for 3. And a loose ball foul.
Big-time defense by both centers on the previous possession. Ewing changed the shot of Rice this time.
And here's Mason shooting over Ewing. Starks able to get to it.
The Knicks will back off Anthony Mason in that situation anytime. They prefer to see him shoot that little trolley wire 16-foot jump shot. They don't think he can make it.
Ward with the ball fake and then gave it up to Williams. Did not have the shot. 5 on the 24. Starks with a run. And the Knicks lead by 2.
Tony Smith, who has come on for Tony Delk, getting up into John Starks to take away the jump shot. And Starks made the adjustment for spin buyout.
And it's a backcourt violation. Over and back.
Again, a little pressure there by Charlie Ward, meeting him right at the line, and a careless dribble by Tony Smith, an adjustment off his foot and over the line as Mason picks up.
Tony Delk and Tony Smith getting the playing time at point guard in the absence of the injured Muggsy Bogues. Ward to the hoop and fired up a wild shot. Was deflected. He thought he might get a foul. Again, Smith lost it. Tony Smith stripped. Houston for 3. And Mason rebounds. And Anthony Mason barking out at his teammates.
Now the ball handling right now is Charlotte against the pressure, really falling apart. They'd rather have Anthony Mason with the ball, who is a much surer ball handler.
Hornets have missed their last 5 shots. Bad pass again by Smith. I would think Dave Cowens will have to make a move here. Tony Smith with 3 consecutive turnovers. That was a look-away attempt. Yes, here comes Tony Delk. And he'll come on for Smith. Ewing putting the move on Divac.
Patrick Ewing has been taking primarily good shots all afternoon, most of them in the lane, other short jumpers. Although Patrick likes to fade away, that one was forced.
So Mason handling against Ewing, and that's part of the subplot here. Anthony Mason feeling that Patrick Ewing responsible for his departure from New York. Foul is called for a while after picking up a 4th foul. 6:45 remaining in the 4th. Starks. An unusual shot for Starks, but Williams able to pound it back home on the follow. And the Knicks lead 87-85. And there's Charlie Ward right in the chest of Tony Delk.
Well, to make him feel you, I don't think Jeff Van Gundy and John Starks had in mind putting Charlotte on the line 20 out of 25 times. That has hurt dramatically. Feel yes, foul no.
What a play by Charlie Ward to force the turnover right here, stripping Tony Delk. And the Hornets are suffering at the point guard position.
Now, this is when Anthony Mason should just handle the ball. There's no way anybody out on the floor can give him that kind of pressure. He's capable of getting the ball up and getting Charlotte into their offense.
Childs for 3. And Delk with the save as Oakley went flying into the stands. Rice's pass broken up. The Knicks put the ball up by 2. Childs on a crossover goes all the way. And back comes Rice, leaving a couple of Knicks behind. Leading Pierce. Foul committed. Job defensively against Rod Strickland. Here's Ewing. Yes. The Knicks lead by 2.
Patrick right off the bench, and the Knicks wasting no time going inside to their big man who has been delivering much of this game.
28 for Ewing. Mason putting moves on Ewing. Sets it up for Divac. Ewing rebound. Charlotte just 1 of 9 here in the 4th. Oakley. The Knicks 91. The Hornets 87. Timeout called by Charlotte.
Oakley winds up with his second post-up field goal of the afternoon. That was a little bit of the fadeaway variety, but his teammates and Jeff Van Gundy appreciated it anytime Charles Oakley gets one of those inside hoops. As the Charlotte Hornets have gone ice cold here in the last few minutes, just 1 for 9. And a little bit of a change defensively for the Knicks. Patrick Ewing, there you see it, the 1 for 9, New York, 6 for 15. Patrick Ewing now has switched on to Anthony Mason, figuring he's an inside player to keep Patrick from...
Once again, Ewing defending. And Ewing knocked it away. Remaining in the fourth. At the other end, Mason playing Ewing. Childs passed on the shot, went shorter range. Chris Childs nicks the 3 and then hit the 2 from the free throw line.
Well, Charlotte had success with that late in the second quarter, leaving Childs alone, and he came up empty, came up large there.
The Knicks lead by 6. Rice met by Ewing and fouled. 27 trips to the line. So Glenn Rice finally missed. We mentioned earlier the NBA playoff record, most free throws made with none missed in a single game, shared by players 17-17. Gail Goodrich, Bob Love, and Reggie Miller. So Rice will not join that list. But no foul call.
Unusual matchup. Ricky Pierce guarding the point guard Childs, the bigger player, so he can come down and double Ewing when he has to and leave Childs alone.
Oh, Mason rejected by Ewing. Mason having a very difficult time against Ewing. Childs. Yes. Well, Chris Childs earlier this season was hitting big shots down the stretch. Then sprained his wrist. Did not get back into it for some time, and the last several games he has recaptured the dot. Rice will head back to the line as he was hacked.
He knows he's a great foul shooter, and I don't think he's missing them because he is tired.
The Knicks now lead 95-89 as we come up on 3 minutes remaining in the fourth quarter. Charlotte Hornets in a desperate situation. Trying to tie the series at 1. Game 3 in Charlotte. On Monday night, Knicks hope to go up 2-0. Childs for 3. Chris Childs with another clutch bucket. And he has killed the Hornets.
Down the stretch of this season, hitting one there on the semi. Stark setting up this three-pointer with penetration as Chris Childs really coming through a big time. 17 points, 9 assists, and only 1 turnover. And his shots have come from all over, but none bigger than those last 2.
The Knicks now lead 98-89. The Hornets have gone ice cold in a drought in this fourth quarter. Just 1 of 10 from the field. Glenn Rice cuts it to a 7-point Knick lead with 2 minutes and 20 seconds to go in the fourth quarter. A series of turnovers damaging the Hornets, missing Muggsy Bogues at the point guard position. They had 3 for the Hornets with 50 seconds remaining in the fourth, down by 5. Rice forced it from 3-point range. Starks comes up with the ball, hustling it down, and he was fouled.
Ewing involved in a pick and roll with Mason.
Knicks should be in no hurry with a 5-point lead, working the clock down. 20 seconds on the game clock, 5 on the 24. Ewing realizing, forces, and hits. The Knicks by 7. Don't try to race it down, but he stopped out of 10 seconds. And Charlotte, involved in confusion, took a timeout. I don't think Jelk realized that Dave Cowens was trying to call for time.
There we go. The problems that Charlotte has had with the absence of Muggsy Bogues, the usual point guard for Charlotte, who is in such control out on the floor. You got a rookie, Tony Delk, as Patrick Ewing is forced to alter this shot under the pressure of Vlade Divac challenging, but Patrick Ewing has been brilliant offensively all afternoon. But while the celebration goes on, Tony Delk advancing the ball, and as other Hornets trying to take the timeout, as Jeff Van Gundy, he has no idea what's going on. Somebody guard somebody.
The Delk saw the opportunity, tried to take advantage, but Collins was screaming for the timeout.
And some of the other Charlotte players behind Tony Delk in the backcourt were looking for an official to signal that timeout.
The 8% in game one, 56% today. Here's Divac concluding matters. The Knicks, led by Chris Childs down the stretch, defeat the Hornets 100-93, and they take a 2-0 lead in this tie. Let's go over to Ahmad with Patrick Ewing. Ahmad?
All right, thanks, Marv. So, Patrick, you told me before the game this is going to be different from Thursday night, and it was. You really showed up.
Oh, definitely. Thursday night I was a little bit rusty. I hadn't practiced in about 5 days, and it showed. But, you know, I was able to get some work in during the game, and then yesterday I did a little bit, and I came out, had a monster game like I told you that I would.
All right, but Chris, big game by Chris Childs and a couple of big shots.
Oh, definitely. Chris stepped it up for us tonight. He and I got in a little bit of argument last game about stepping back when his man came to double me, but he did a pretty good job of stepping to the open spot tonight.
All right, congratulations on a great game, and good luck to you on Monday.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
Back to you, Marv.
All right, thanks, Ahmad. The Knicks outscored the Hornets 21-12 in the fourth quarter. Charlotte just 3 of 16 from the field in the fourth. Again, the final, the New York Knicks 100 and the Charlotte Hornets 93. 2-0 lead for the Knicks in the best of 5. Tonight here on NBC, don't miss the world's wildest Magic with Penn and Teller, followed by Pretender and Profiler. That's tonight starting at 8 Eastern Time. For Matt Kukas and Ahmad Rashad, I'm Marv Albert. So long from the Garden. You're watching the NBA on NBC.